All right, welcome back. Before the break, we were talking about the Olympics, and I had, of course, Shey Ogunlewe and Divine Oduduru talking to us about the preparations, or the lack of it, for Rio 2016. Very sad picture we painted there. But we're going to switch gears now to entertainment, and I have here with me someone who, for the last 3 years, has been avoiding coming on the show for some reason. I don't know why, but he's finally here. Emma Yabaga, thanks for being here today. You're welcome.
You see how you start with falsehood?
But it's the truth.
I've been ready. Everybody on Twitter knows I've been ready to come. You know, you've been avoiding because you don't want me to get to the truth.
Before we get into you, we're talking about the Olympics now. Are you a sports fan?
You know, I am. I'm a huge sports fan, and it's what I mean. Being back, being in the green room and seeing the athletes talk about it is different from seeing it on Twitter.
Yes.
Right? And it's really shocking.
It's more real.
It's shocking. It's really shocking. Someone that voted for the government, you know, we're running out of
excuses.
Patience. Yeah, and they're running out of excuses. Yeah. Absolutely. So we have to do better. There's no excuse for, you know, these sort of embarrassments, you know, at this level. We're not even talking about, you know.
I mean, it's the Olympics is the one thing that every country looks forward to this.
It's ridiculous. It's not about the league
you have 4 years to prepare for it, and 11 days to go. We're still. Anyway, let's leave all of that. Thanks for being here today, man. How are things with you, man?
I'm good, man.
How's life?
I'm good. I'm generally happy, except preparing for this interview.
It wasn't a very exciting thing to do, was it?
No. I'm a kid. But I'm good. I'm happy. This is a tough year. We're technically in a recession.
Yes.
So, if you look at
failing in every sector. But entertainers, is it affecting the entertainment sector?
Absolutely.
In what way?
Well, first of all, the downstream of revenue. You know, if you look at the hierarchy of needs, people take care of their feeding first and different things before they get down to leisure. So, and then also companies are paying, they're hiring us less, you know, but I think
weekends are freer now.
Yeah, exactly, yes. But I think it's an opportunity for us to really look at what our value is. I think the industry has been inflated over the last few years. And the second thing is for us to innovate, you know, and get better and expand. What does this dominance across Africa mean? How can we, you know, monetize that?
Yeah. You're talking like the CEO that you are these days. How's that job been?
Terrible.
Why so? Job, man. CEO of Chocolate City. Sounds like an interesting job.
Well, I mean, I love it. I love going to work. It's hard work. Shout out to everybody that has a 9-to-5 job out there. And then balancing with my career also. And then being the guy that takes the bullets, you know, when things don't work out the way they should. You know, but I'm blessed, man. It's the best experience. And I always, coming into the industry, I always wanted to live properly, and Chocolate City has given me the opportunity to gradually transition.
But isn't it distracting from the music now for you? Is it?
I tell people that my career has been sort of like a toothpaste tube, and that the mouth of the toothpaste is not large enough to press. So whether the toothpaste tube is half or full, right? It's the amount that was come out will still be the same. So for me right now, even though I'm filling my time with other things, the amount of music people are going to get is basically the same as I've always been. I always take my time. I've always taken my time to make music, and always a very measured approach to releasing music. So it's been the same, you know.
How many artists are you managing? You have to manage.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have right now 12 maybe, and then fewer in the pipeline, but we do have the team that's capable.
Yeah.
So we have
that's a lot of artists.
Yeah, it is, absolutely, as it should be. A big label should have, I mean, pull up any label that's forced to reckon with in the States. Some of them have 200 artists, you know, and a catalog spanning more artists than that. You want to have artists that are at the peak of their career. You want to have artists that are climbing. You want to have artists that are in development. And that's sort of the portfolio we have. Yeah. And we're looking to sign more right now.
But looking at the way the music industry is set up here, and the constant bickering and fights with labels and artists, with 12 people to manage, aren't you scared?
You have to grow past that, right? I tell people that Chocolate City is sort of like a teenager now. And a teenager, when you're a toddler, you get applauded for, oh, you went to the bathroom to pee by yourself. Oh, hey, cheers. A teenager, you go to the bathroom every day by yourself. Nobody cares, right? So for us now, we're dealing with a different type of issue. We're dealing with a larger team. And but we're the teenager in the industry. We're the oldest label, you know, 11 years now. Oldest functional label, fully functional label. And we had a great year last year. And it was shocking to everybody that even though our year was great, everybody said, "Oh, Chocolate City, what's going on? What am I doing?" And I just told the staff and I told the board. I said, we have to look past and understand that we're becoming more of a corporate business than a boutique brand that people can be excited about. Our Chalk Boys, the rappers. But now we're a company. We're becoming more of a company, and we're going to support. Jesse has his own label under the Chocolate City structure. So does Ice Prince. We're going to open a few more labels like that, and you're going to hear less of Chocolate City, even though we'll be doing more business.
Yeah. You mentioned Ice Prince, and I want to talk about him before we go to Jesse now. How is it working with him?
Yeah, Ice Prince is the easiest, but also the most difficult person. He's so opinionated, he knows what he wants, and he's a go-getter, which makes it easy but also difficult because you're always catching up when you're meeting with him. He's always on to the next thing. His zeal, it's been something that's been apparent since he was 16, 17 and just.
Yeah.
We could always see that he's going to be a huge star and conquer Africa and the world as he's done and he's still doing.
What of Jesse? I mean, it was an interesting couple of years with him out of the picture and then coming back. Yeah. I mean, you were brothers, but I mean, it looked like a public sort of breakup and makeup.
I think, artists gradually do everything for publicity, right? So at some point, artists have to learn that there needs to be a separation. So I think if you were to speak to Jesse, he would say that there are a few things he would have done differently with his leaving Chocolate City, even though it was the right decision at the time. He needed to find an identity outside of Chalk Boys, and Chalk Boys was so strong. It was like this rap, these pop rap artists, clean cuts, and Jesse wanted to go his own way. The dreadlocks, the switch up in the music, and when he was done explaining it, then I said we could do that too, and he's like, okay, I'll come back home. And he's.
But it seemed bitter. It seemed much more bitter than you just painted it.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Again, as I said, in front of the camera, for publicity, that's what I think. Jesse was always close to Chocolate City. The whole team, Audu, Paul, Yahaya, myself, Ice Prince, throughout the whole process, and it was so easy for him to come back. He's now doing his own thing under Chocolate City. And